Got to get myself on the screen here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism open discussion session, where tonight our special focus topic is holidays and visiting extended family members with our autistic loved ones. Let me put the link in here. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment that we call Autism and Us. And if you are brand new to our open discussion, what this is all about, this is just our social gathering where we come together and learn, share, and support one another live online. So once again, welcome. I'm Nita, one of the admins of this wonderful establishment.
And hey, everybody, I'm Linda. I'm the other admin.
All right. Okay, let me see who's here. Mr. Charles, I put the link in for you. Hey, Becca, how are you? Mr. Charles, there's Teresa. Hey, Mark from the UK. All is well. Hope everything is well with you. There's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
We got snow and we got a little bit of
Hi,
snow
Becca.
yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, I seen that, Mr. Charles.
Yeah,
it was a little bit too cool. I'm not ready.
I see.
Danielle, hey,
I see.
girl.
Hi, Danielle.
You see it.
Yeah, he said cool, and he said I see.
Hi, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy, long time. How are you? No snow
Mark.
here, quite warm for this time of year. Oh, warm weather. That's what I want to see. I'm not ready for the snow. And this must be Pammy. Hey, Pammy.
Hi,
Hey,
Facebook
Pam.
user.
Been busy. Oh, it is okay. We are just getting back. I'm just getting back a few days ago from out of town. So we're just getting back in the groove of things. Hey, Rachel, how are you?
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
So how are you, Mr. Charles?
Oh,
Linda?
I'm doing great. Well, one thing, I haven't really shared this with the group, but over recent months, I've been working on, getting some weight off, and I've lost about almost 20 kilograms so far. A few more I'm trying to go, but today I put on the last of 3 suits that I hadn't worn in a quarter of a century. And this last one to get down into a Brioni suit that I hadn't worn in like 26, 27 years.
Wow.
And now I was able to wear that today. So,
well, congratulations on your weight loss. Congratulations.
Congratulations. What is that, like 40 pounds?
About
44,
I've lost
45?
about, in pounds, it's about 40. 18 kilograms is about 40 pounds.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, awesome. Big
Congratulations.
You know me and you and your hearts, Pammy. Thank you, Rihanna.
Yeah, I thought you had only one heart.
I see Pam's about to get snow too.
Oh, Kansas.
Yeah, I think they're getting snow. I think she said tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I left work yesterday and it was coming down. I'm thankfully it didn't stick. It was coming down,
good.
but it didn't stick. Not
yet. I saw it, and that was the video you were doing when you were driving.
Yeah. No. And then I was stuck in traffic too. I was like, oh God, because they're doing all this construction and trying to get home on the weekends is murder, I tell you.
Oh my goodness.
And here in New York, here it's still above freezing. This coming week, the temperature is supposed to be in just the single digits, but at least it'd be in positive single digits. So, yeah, thank you, Mark. but yeah, it'll still be positive single digits at least, so it ain't freezing yet. And we had some rain Friday night going into Saturday, but then Saturday, sun came out by the morning, and I was in the Bronx on Saturday. Well, as Linda knows, we had literature carts out there, and we were able to stay above the ground. Above, we didn't have to go down into the subway station.
Okay. Pammy says Ralph is so excited for the snow. I don't think we are getting much.
Aw.
Oh, he likes the snow, huh? Ooh, I'm not ready.
I think snow
Did
is cool.
you? You seen some? Well, I haven't been out there all day, so I don't want to see no more snow.
Yeah, it
You're
is
in
kind of
denial.
flaky.
Right. Sticking. Oh, it's sticking there, huh, Becca? Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Facebook user.
Hey,
Hi,
Sonia.
Sonia.
Hey, Sonia.
He likes to watch it fall. Now, you know what? It's beautiful during the holiday, the first New Year's Day, but after that, mm-mm, I just
Yeah.
don't.
I think I would, yeah, I think if it snowed here, I would, like, I like to visit the snow. I'll go visit the snow, but I am glad that I don't have to go out
Mhm.
and get things done in the snow. If I had
Yeah,
to stay in the house, that'd be fine.
you hear
Oh,
so many people here that say you stay in Michigan and you complaining about the snow. Yes, just because I stay here doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, that's like us and the earthquakes. Don't mean we like the earthquakes. We just stay
Right.
here.
well, I remember my story about Michigan was my senior year. We had a lot of snow early in the winter, and then we had an unseasonal thaw. We had some unseasonal warm weather, warm for the winter at least, and late January and into February, and so the snow melted, and the snow upstream melted, and the Red Sea River overflowed its banks, flooded the baseball field, and
Oh
a little
wow.
bit lapped over the sidewalk that I walked down to get to my classes, and so I could truthfully say that I had to ford the Red Sea River on my way to class.
Danielle said I made a quick target run for popsicles. Oh my goodness. That's not ooh, making me cold with the popsicles.
Well, the other thing I
Okay.
remember was the January 26, 1967 blizzard.
Oh, 67 blizzard. Wow. They
Yeah,
were
that's the other
showing
thing I remember
something.
from college. And they
They were
canceled
showing
classes.
something on here about the blizzards here in Michigan
They,
back in like in the 70s. But we used to walk in the snow to school and all of that. And yeah, I remember walking and it didn't seem that bad though back then. But now,
they closed classes for one day at Michigan State, but then they opened them up after one day of closure, partly because some students were doing some dumb things like jumping off the top of 6-story residence halls into
oh my
snowdrifts.
goodness.
Yeah,
Just oh Lord.
they managed only to break their legs.
Managed to only break their
Yeah,
legs. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. My sister was born during the blizzard. Oh wow. Imagine trying to get
yeah,
to the hospital during the blizzard.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make my coffee. So Linda, can you start
Okay.
the focus discussion? I'll be right back.
Yes. So, we were talking about now it's being the holidays or vacation time or time off visiting family, and how does everyone handle visiting extended family with your loved one that's on the spectrum?
And I'll start out this thing by saying that when I was growing up, um, that wasn't really an issue because we celebrated all the holidays as a nuclear family at home. The only thing, for a couple of years, we went over to the home of some old friends. This old friend, my dad, and his wife. His wife could not cook, went over there for Thanksgiving a couple of years, and I complained about the turkey not being fully cooked, but it wasn't. She was not a good cook. And after that, we went back to celebrating at home, where, because my mom was a terrific cook.
Did you get used to, did you have a difficult time when you would go visit other people? Not to say her because she couldn't cook, but even other people because they may have cooked different than your mother. Did you have a hard time with that, adjusting?
Sometimes I did, yeah, and wasn't so much how they cooked as what they cooked. Usually, it was, they had to get used to it, because my parents knew my preferences and the things I didn't like, and others
Mm-hmm.
didn't necessarily know those things.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, my we did this study years ago with Emily, so she's 17 now, and I think she might have been 3, I think, when we started the studies, and they did family survey, just questionnaires on our family, and they asked if they could put my father as undiagnosed autistic. Um, but he had, just bringing this up just now, I just now thought about that. He had a hard time, like, if we went to somewhere to eat somewhere else or even a restaurant, if they didn't have specifics to the way he would prepare it at home or have it at home, he would have a difficult time. So if he had to have like a certain drink with, say, like spaghetti, or a uh certain meal on a certain day, he would have a difficult time with that. Which to me kind of rings true with being somewhat, like on the spectrum.
Yeah,
Um,
that does
there's
sound like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that just popped in my mind when you were talking about that. But yeah, that's what I thought to ask. Anybody else going through any stresses or worries right now this time of year? Anticipating getting together with your extended family, with your loved one on the spectrum. Uh, Teresa says we stay home for the holidays and we just do small groups of friends and family. So they come to your house, Teresa? Becca says hard. Danielle says we always arrive to the gatherings early so that if it becomes overwhelming, we can leave early. Now he is very social, so it is much better. That's good.
Yeah, that's good when they're
Hmm.
social. DeAndre, if it's more than the extended family, he'll stay close around those familiar to him.
But he
So
does okay.
he does okay. When he starts the rocking a lot, uh,
Anxiety.
yeah, that anxiety kicks in. But as long as he's around, like, familiar faces like his brothers or sisters or nieces and nephews, me, grandma, grandpa, he's okay. But if
That's
he's
good.
left around a bunch of people he's not familiar with, yeah, that anxiety really kicks in. So, and then
That's
on that, he'll go off into his own little space. So it's always good that we're at a house he's been to. So he'll just, if it's too much for him, too many people around, he'll go in a room or something.
Oh, because he's familiar with
Yeah,
his quiet spaces and
right,
things like that,
right.
right? Yeah,
Hmm.
that's good. We were talking
Something.
about this yesterday, because there's a fishing trip that Steve's dad does every May. And last year, the girls were going to be there too, even though it was for the guys. So, but we weren't sure about Emily, and it's on a boat, and they live right there at the lake and everything. So we were thinking maybe we spend some time on the boat, some time at the house. This year we were just talking this week, wondering if we might do it in May with Emily this time. Not sure, but because she's matured a lot, but we're just still not
Right.
sure how to go. Yeah.
Hmm.
One thing that helped me too is just in general. I remember, my both my parents, my mom especially, of course, she had more time anyway. Was at home more of the time, but explaining to me, taking different opportunities, explaining to me that the how other people did different things differently than we did, and so kind of, where I expect that, um, at somebody else's house, don't expect to see things done the same way I've seen them done at home. When I was 13, um, of course, on our family vacation this summer, we would usually go to Michigan. We would always go to Michigan. We took a family vacation in the summer. And when I was 13, my parents sent me ahead for a week, ahead of the rest of the family for a week. And I stayed with my Aunt Dorothy and Uncle Mac for a week. And Aunt Dorothy wrote me a letter in advance of the visit, asking me, giving me a menu of foods and asking me which things out of there I liked. And that too, helped in, my being prepared for what she served.
Okay. Now I'm going to interrupt this for a quick second. For those, I know it was a couple people who inboxed me wanting to share what they are doing for the parents or loved ones with autism. Towards the end of it, if you are around and you like to come up and share what you're doing, whether it be a book, selling shirts, or you have an organization, you are welcome. The last 10, 15 minutes of this live to come on up and share with us. So the door is open. And like I said, I had 2 people inbox me earlier today. So I hope they are here. The invitation is to any one of you, anyone in the chat. If you'd like to share something of what you're doing, you are more than welcome to come on up and share the details. Okay, I'm done. Let me go get my coffee now.
Okay. That was really neat, Charles, that they did that, considering especially that you weren't diagnosed, so you weren't on the spectrum yet anyways, or that they knew of.
Yeah,
They were
because
still making
nothing
those
was known about
accommodations.
autism then. Even very little was known, and what was known was mostly wrong.
Yeah.
Bruno Bettelheim's cold mother theory.
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, I didn't have a diagnosis, and that wouldn't come till more than 35 years later.
Yeah. Pam says Ralph won't go anywhere. My family won't come here, so it is usually us, and sometimes my older boys come over. Has he always been like that, Pam? And Sonia says, we go to my mom's. That's one of Queen's favorite places, so we're good. That's good. That's good. It's like, I guess that would be like a home away from home. It's something she's familiar with already. That's kind of like DeAndre. Danielle says, I used to host a lot, but of course with some people who couldn't respect the boundaries, I cut that down. Now my Daniel will ask them, are you going home now?
Oh, wow.
But you know what? It's funny, but you know what? Every time I hear something like you think, like how he said that, how we normally typically wouldn't say something like that. Emily does the same thing. But you know what? It's not rude. It's just blatantly honest. They're just right there, right out on the table. It's just, you have to respect them for it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Not realizing how it sounds to the other person.
Exactly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then so for a brief second you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I don't know how many times I was like, I can't believe she said it. But then you turn around and look at it and think, oh yeah, well, that's what she wants to know.
Yeah, I've said similar things when I was growing up. I've learned, and I've come to understand why.
Well, I
That's
guess our
funny.
babies they have to have their limits and
Hmm.
their boundaries. Because DeAndre will tell me to get out of his room in a minute.
Emily too.
Get
Mom,
out.
go to mom's room. And I hope she doesn't mean it that way, but yeah, no, I know what she's saying. Mom, I'm trying to do this and I want to be here by myself. I want to watch my movie or, And anyone else's kids eat cereal a lot? Becca wants to know.
The only cereal, well, DeAndre loves oatmeal. If not, unless you're talking about cold, just cold cereal, he really doesn't care for except for what is that, Fruit Loops. I have to hide that from him because he'll eat the whole box without the milk. But oatmeal, he loves oatmeal. He has to have it almost every morning.
When I was
Really?
a kid, I sometimes ate cereal right out of the box.
Yeah, that's DeAndre with Fruit Loops. Any other cereal though, I can like right now I have like 4 boxes of different types of cereal he hasn't touched. But if I put some Fruit Loops up there, the box might be on the side of his bed in the morning.
Well, I eat just about any kind of cereal.
Mhm.
I can't think that there was any kind of cereal I disliked. Um, at times I had issues with milk, but I never had issues with the cereal itself. I could eat just about any kind of cereal out of the box. There were some I liked better than others, but
Mhm.
I liked Frosted Flakes. Things that were sugary I liked especially, and Raisin Bran I liked, but I could
Yeah, I
eat
love
pretty
Raisin
much
Bran.
anything. You know, I still like it. Cindy really likes it too. So
Okay. Now, one of my all-time favorites though, because I have to keep Frosted Mini Wheats. I love
Oh,
those.
those are good. Yeah, those are
yeah,
good.
and I've long since stopped eating any kind of frosted cereal because
Mhm.
for reasons of wanting to eat healthy, though, but
Okay.
more than anything else. But uh, like this morning, actually, I had cereal for breakfast. I had Trader Joe's O's. They're like Cheerios, but they're Joe's O's from Trader Joe's.
Emily likes she likes cereal. She used to eat it more often. She almost could eat it every day. But now she eats it sparingly. She doesn't drink the milk. She doesn't drink the milk at all. She'll eat it with milk, dump the milk out. She likes what's that called? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay.
She loves that cereal.
Is
And
that Pammy?
yeah, no, he used to love to go. Long story, but there was a family fight and we were not invited for over 3 years, so he won't go for any holiday. He would love for them to come here. Aw.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad when family. There's always every family. There's drama in the family, but it's too bad when it erupts in an all-out argument or fight or whatever. I mean, I remember in my family, the family growing up, I now know that there were a lot of issues, but they were always below the surface. Never any, you know, never any knockdown, drag out argument that was visible to me, visible to us kids.
Mhm.
You know.
Everybody, if you're just coming in or you've been here for a minute, make sure you give us that thumbs up, show us a little love, or what is the other one, the care. Um, as you come in, we'd appreciate it. Also, if you are brand new to our open discussions, that's what this is. We have a special focus topic tonight, though, but it's all about us learning, sharing, and supporting one another. And yes, we appreciate you all. That's what makes us family. Learning, sharing, and supporting. And tonight's focus topic is visiting extended family with our autistic loved ones during special times or other times.
And Stacy says we we go to some we go to the same familiar place every year with the same people. I also allow him to take a few things in case he gets bored or overstimulated. If we have to leave early, my little group of family understands.
Hi, Stacy,
That's
by the way.
good.
That's good. You
Yeah.
understand family.
Yeah. Teresa says, my son eats cereal every morning and dinner. What kind of cereal does he like? Michelle says, without milk, any way to eat cereal. Without milk, what is she saying?
Without milk, anyway, to eat cereal.
Yeah.
Is she saying, is that any way to eat cereal?
I don't know.
Kenyana says, Daniel does eat cereal, but there are several he will not eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not big on cereal over here. The big boxes often go to waste or are given away. I buy individual servings to cut down on waste.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah. Cold cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stacy says, my son doesn't eat a lot of cereal, but he likes to collect the boxes. Or if they say limited edition anywhere on the box, we have to keep it sealed for sure.
Sure. Okay.
Emily loves the Steve had a couple of Wheaties boxes. You know that they have the sports ones, like they might have the Raider or the Lakers one. He had a couple in the garage, but there was one on the fridge a few months back, and she went over to it, and it was I can't remember. I want to say she said Michael Jordan, but I think it was LeBron on there. But she just every time she looked up there, she would point to it, and because Emily loves basketball, she would just point to it and she would say it. I forgot who was on the box though, but so she likes LeBron, Jordan, and Kobe. So she'll always like if she sees something with them on there, she's all over it. But yeah, she loved that box. I was thinking we should have. I bought this big basketball sign for her bedroom wall when I was at Hobby Lobby. I seen it and I was like, "This is Emily." I
That's
was
Emily.
unbraiding. Yeah, I was unbraiding her hair today, and I could see her iPad. She was sitting on the floor in front of me, and I see she had Sports Center on from ESPN. She had that on her iPad. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
she's catching up with her sports.
Yeah. Well, basketball season now, so yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like now you got the WNBA that plays in the spring and summer. You pretty much got basketball around all year round.
Mm-hmm. And Fruit Loops and Sugar Crisp, Becca says.
I used to love Sugar Crisp. I used
I
to
used to
love
love Fruit Loops. I was with DeAndre. That was my favorite cereal.
that.
Sonia says Queen likes French Toast Crunch. You can only order on Amazon. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that
Really?
cereal.
Why? They stopped selling it? Well, I never had French Toast Crunch.
I guess so. It was kind of like that waffle cereal. It was like little waffles, but it was little French toast. I totally forgot about that.
Well, that waffle cereal sounds waffle good.
Miss Charles.
It was waffly good.
I had never before heard of French Toast Crunch cereal, but I remember my mom sometimes fixed French toast, and like one time she had some leftover French bread from the night before, and it was leftover toasted French bread, I should say that way. And so she made French toast out of it, and as she was serving it for breakfast, she said, "You can call this French toast because it's French toast made out of toasted French bread."
French toast.
Teresa says, my brother's coworkers think my son David is the coolest and awesome kid ever, and they all know that he is on the autism spectrum, and they spoil him.
Oh, how cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And Daniel just threw the cat into the bathtub. I just don't even know why he does even half of what he does. Did he get hurt when he, not the cat, did Daniel get hurt when he threw the cat?
Did the cat scratch him or something? Maybe.
Yeah, or I mean, even like trying to do it, like, I know the cat had to see it coming.
But cats are pretty flexible aren't they? When they're
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking, did the cat try to attempt to get away and scratch him before? he got him into the water.
Sometimes, I think there are times I did something just to see what would happen.
Oh yeah. Experiment. Let's try this. Or they could see something on a cartoon and
Well,
want to
of course,
try
that's
it.
the other thing. When kids see something and they don't realize that, it's don't try this at home.
Hmm.
And it's gotten to the point where lack of common sense is common among just people in general. Somebody just posted something on Facebook today that showed a pizza box that said open box before eating pizza.
I saw that before.
What? What? Oh my
Just
goodness.
in case you didn't know.
Oh wow. I didn't realize I was supposed to open the box first.
You've been eating the box the whole time.
Oh my goodness. Mm.
And let me see. Oh, Michelle says, "Oh, only," and she said, "Sorry, she's eating dinner."
Oh,
Oh, she
okay.
doesn't eat it with
Okay.
milk?
Wow. No
And
milk.
Michelle,
Well, that's like DeAndre with the Fruit Loops.
Yeah. Becca says, "I gotta crash soon."
Okay, Becca. Thank you for
okay,
joining.
Becca, good to have
Take
you with
care.
us.
Daniel does okay during the holidays as long as there aren't large crowds of people. If there are more than 10 people, we struggle and he can't stay long.
Okay.
He likes Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Pebbles, and Captain Crunch.
Okay. Cocoa Pebbles. That's something I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So you can't have milk, obviously. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Lactose intolerant.
yeah, yeah. And there are all kinds of substitutes for milk: almond milk, soy milk, rice milk. Even my stepdaughter, always gave her son, my step grandson, always gave him this stuff called rice dream, which is, I guess, rice milk. So,
Okay.
and he probably still drinks that. I mean, he's grown up now. Let's see. He recently turned 28, in fact. Yeah.
Kiana said no, he didn't get scratched, but the cat. Oh, poor kitty cat.
Yeah.
Poor kitty cat. So Kenyana is, you probably mentioned it before. Is he in any behavior therapy, Daniel? Danielle says, working in human resources, I learned that a lot of rules are written because someone has, yeah.
Yeah. I
Rules.
dress code. I know where the last place I worked, they had some very specific things in the dress code because, you know, some people
And that's
just don't have
true.
good sense, and
That's true
including
with dress code.
specifically prohibited wearing pajamas to work, and they specifically prohibited wearing lingerie as outerwear.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
And we actually had a one of my coworkers. She used to wear a robe as a coat to work.
What?
Yes, yes. And then you see a lot of these young people that had to be stopped. Mr. Charles just mentioned about the pajamas because they will come to work in pajamas.
Oh my
They will
Yeah.
come to
goodness.
work in
Hi.
pajamas. So yeah, that is someone tried it, and Danielle is exactly right.
Yeah, and
You have to make
especially
a
in
rule.
today's lawsuit happy society, people sometimes sue and win because they did something that wasn't any specific warning against doing.
Right. It
Never
has to
mind
be
how
on
contrary
paper.
to common sense it might be.
It has to be on paper.
And of course, with dress codes, the same thing. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like
Okay.
these what I do is I do loan signing for refinancing your home or buying your home or selling your home, and the packets can be upwards 200 sheets, 200
Ooh,
pages.
wow.
And yeah, and people, I have people who have bought houses like say in the 70s, and they're like there were like 10 pieces of paper. And they say these things get bigger every year, right? And then,
Mm.
but the thing is that when somebody finds a loophole, there needs to be a new document for that, then
Oh,
another
wow.
document. So they cover every base. So then there's tons of documents, and the package just keep getting bigger because somebody found an opening in a way to get over. So it just keeps adding and adding.
Adding and adding.
Yeah.
I remember even the difference between buying my first house back in 1972 and then buying my second house 4 years later, 3.5 years later, really, I have to say. But in 1976, the red tape, the things you had to do, you had to submit, it grew. And the people with savings and loan, the lender, they were like, well, it's common sense. Well, no, it's not if you don't work in the industry. But
Mm-hmm.
I understand now that a lot of things just in those few years changed because of legal issues that they had to address. Uh, a lot of things you couldn't. They were no longer as simple as they had been just a few years earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Michelle says milk is gross. And Michelle, I used to love milk, but the older I am, I've gotten, I'm getting that lactose with intolerance. But so now I kind of try and stay away from milk products as much as, but I love my cheese.
And
My cheese.
whereas I don't have that problem, so like this morning, I had cereal with milk for breakfast, and um, probably one day this week I'll fix me some cream dried beef,
Cream dried beef.
cream dried beef over toast. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's
that's different.
that's the breakfast I don't have very often, but I do have it occasionally.
Okay. You have to tell me about that. How is that made? Cream.
Well, I take about a tablespoon of butter and melt it. I buy this dried beef. It comes in a small can, Hormel's dried beef, about a 5 ounce jar. It comes in, and I divide that jar into two portions. One portion I'll put away in a Ziploc bag and put in the fridge for another day, and I'll use half of it. I'll tear it up. I melt about a tablespoon of butter, and I tear up that dry beef, put it in the tablespoon of butter, saute it for a few minutes. Then I add a couple of heaping tablespoons of flour to it, and mix that up into a roux. And then I gradually add about a cup of milk to it, and and cook that until it's a nice creamy texture. Meanwhile, I toast a couple slices of bread, and anyway, then I put that cream dry beef over the toast.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, it's something my mom used to fix, and she taught me how to make it, and ever since then I've had it occasionally.
Okay, Kenyana says he's not in behavior therapy, but they have behavior therapists at his school. Okay. Have
That's
you
good.
thought about getting him behavior therapy for home, maybe to help him out in the home setting? But the bananas work in pajamas. But the banana.
Bananas work and I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Bananas
But
work in
the
pajamas. Yeah,
the um what is that? What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of, Mr. Charles?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew what I was thinking of. What am I thinking of, Michelle?
I mean,
Linda, that is absolutely okay. Yeah.
are you thinking plantains?
No, I'm thinking it's a cartoon or something. I'm thinking. The,
Yeah.
I have noticed that my son has been stimming a lot more. You know, Have you noticed what's triggering his stems and maybe what the cause of it? SOS.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a term in the military for that, and what it stands for, I can't repeat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I must have seen it in passing TV show, Bananas in Pajamas. Ralph eats Cheerios for a snack. He doesn't eat it with milk. He is a eggs and toast guy for breakfast. Okay.
That's what I more often than anything else have for breakfast. I'll fry a couple of eggs. I have a sausage with them. I have some chicken chorizo sausage that I've been eating the last few days. But I have various kinds of sausages I get and have with the eggs, and I'll have a slice of toast. Right now, I'm using some apple butter that my daughter sent with me back from Maine when I visited her. When I finish that up, I'll start having jam on the toast again. I don't put butter on the toast. I just put jam on it. And, you know, I've never liked butter on toast.
Just jam.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound like dry beef, but sounds interesting, Mr.
Well,
Charles.
it's dried beef. It starts out with, yeah. She's
Okay.
explaining what that stands for. Okay. But it's dried beef. It starts out with. When it ends up with, it's not dry because you've
Oh,
cooked it in
okay.
liquid. But it is dried beef to start out with. Yeah.
Is
And
dry beef this?
Michelle says chipped beef or
That's what I was gonna ask.
on a shingle.
I was gonna ask if it was chipped beef and dry beef were the same.
That's what okay. Yep, the pajamas. Bananas pajamas. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Bananas and
just
Pajamas, a TV show. Wow.
mhm. Excitement. Oh, just when he gets excited. Okay. So he's getting excited about certain things a lot more. I was thinking chip beef, not the other one. On a shingle. Um, Kenyana says he might need some more ABA therapy. I have to watch him 24/7. The older he gets, the worse his behavior gets and the more impulsive he gets. Yeah, if he's going through that, I would definitely at least look into it. It may help. It may help a little bit, especially for him being at home when he's at home and he's being very impulsive. I
Yeah, I've
would.
never heard of Bananas in Pajamas before. There are a lot of kids cartoons that were after my time and didn't coincide with my daughter's time either. So, like just a few years ago, I first heard about Pepe Le Pew, the philandering skunk.
Oh, everybody knows Pepe.
Yeah,
Pepe
I
Le
first heard
Pew.
about him a few years ago, but it's because of when you grew up, or when DeAndre grew up, when your kids grew up, one of you when you grew up, or when your kids grew up, and me,
When I
I avoided that, so didn't hear about Pepe Le Pew, the philandering skunk, until a few years ago.
I think he was on Looney Tunes, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
With
yeah, because
Sylvester. Yeah.
when yeah,
Yeah, I saw
oh,
Looney Tunes.
Pepe
I
Le
watched
Pew.
that as a kid, but not
And
not
he always hit
but Pepe Le Pew
the
was a
smoke.
newcomer to Looney Tunes, I guess, later.
Apple butter. Oh, you like apple butter.
Oh yeah, my daughter makes some delicious apple butter.
Ralph loves milk, not just with his cereal. Okay, he's a milk drinker. It's called. I'm laughing too, Pammy. Shit on the
Yeah, well, military has all kinds of terms like that. That you know,
shit. It was on the show on
there was
PBS.
there's
So,
a word that I
okay.
never understood its etymology.
Bananas in
Didn't,
pajamas.
but I used it all the time until several years ago. I read in a
Pepe.
newspaper column by a retired Army officer, an op-ed column, which he explain what that word stood for and that it was an acronym. And since then, I stopped using that word now that I know what it stands for.
I'm curious. I'm curious. What
Well,
is about?
all right. The polite version of what it stands for is situation normal, all fouled up. So that tells you what the word is, and it tells you also what the military version of what it stands for is.
Okay, everybody. If there's anyone in the chat or anyone who just wants to join us, but if you are in the chat and you have something you'd like to share or promote, it has to be related to autism. You are welcome to come on up now. If you just want to come up and join us for these last few minutes, you are also welcome. Everybody's welcome. So come on up. I put the link in the chat. The door is open. Come on up. He likes to play with my hair, rocking back and forth, walking on his toes. Okay. Okay, that's his stem.
You know,
Okay.
that's funny. That reminds me of my late second
Sugar
wife,
honey iced
Alois.
tea. Yep.
My late second wife, Alois, used to complain that I never touched her hair. And so one time she was saying, "You never touch my hair." And so I put my hand on her head. So I'm touching her hair. And she repeats, "You never touch my hair." And I didn't understand what she meant. And then she meant more than just put my hand on it. So I tried to make more of an effort to run my hand through her hair. Yeah,
Okay.
after she said
Well, at
that.
least you tried to make an effort.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
gonna say he heard her and he was taking note, and yeah,
Right.
that was cool.
Yeah, at first I took it literally, and then I
Yeah.
got what she meant by touch. She meant more than just touch in the sense of touch.
Hmm. Okay, the call is out. Now, see, here's the thing. We get so many people in the group, and I posted this live in a group that would like to promote. I give them the opportunity. The door is open. I share with you how you can do it, and no one shows up.
Hmm.
We want to hear what you are doing. Awesome. So, we are here every Sunday, same time, same place. So, whenever you guys are ready, if you're out there listening, you are more than welcome to come join us and share, promote your products, your books, your shirts, your organizations. And again, as long as it's autism related, you are more than welcome to come on up and share with the community.
And be
So,
sure to make it to the live to do that, because then on the comments you can't just put the link in here
right, right.
after the fact. So try to be here live and be able to do it and explain it live.
Yeah, it's a better way because then we can see your face, we can talk to you, and you can share live. But on that note, we are going to start our last words for the evening. Um, let's see what the thing. I just washed my hair, so I won't come in. Okay.
Okay, Danielle. Yeah,
Okay.
understood.
Yeah, definitely
Understood.
understood. My mom made that a lot. What's that?
Oh, probably meaning cream dried
The
beef.
Oh,
chip or the
shit.
chipped beef,
Oh,
yeah. No, that was Nita. That wasn't me. I said chipped beef. Let's not have there be any confusion.
mm. So on that note, you guys, and again, before you leave, please make sure you give us a thumbs up or show some love. And we will start our last inspirational words or something inspirational before we tune off. We'll start with Mr. Charles.
Again, oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, again, I would say just just continue, stay optimistic. I think one thing that helps when it comes to, oh yeah, Pepe Le Pew, yeah, the philandering skunk, yeah, yeah. Um, Cindy had heard of him, but she was really disappointed when I pulled up a cartoon, one of the episodes of it, in which his wife caught him trying to romance that cat.
Oh,
That walked under the paint and got that white stripe down its back. But it was a cat, but it looked like a skunk.
Yeah, but anyway,
Pepe.
back to that again. One thing I think that helps in some of these things with family, to the extent of your kids' ability to understand things, because we're all different in our degree of ability to understand concepts, but good idea. Take some time, explain to them. When you're doing one thing a certain way, explain to them a lot of people do it a different way. Even when it comes to a holiday you celebrate, if other people celebrate it differently, tell them. Even something like if you have a turkey for Thanksgiving Day, but um, some countries have a national day of Thanksgiving at a different time of the year, like Canada, and second Monday in October, for example. Or that some people stuff a turkey with different things. Um, Explain things like that. Um, because it helps the kids to expand their horizons. They understand not everybody does everything the same way.
Yeah, yeah, true. Linda?
And I would say everybody, it's a stressful time of year, anyways, with the holidays for some people. I would say everybody try to relax, do what's best for your family and your loved one on the spectrum. Relax and make sure to take care of yourself. I know Danielle's going to have something to say to add to that too. So we always like to follow her words of wisdom.
Yes. Holiday self-care, don't stress, take naps,
Mhm.
rest time, make healthier choices between big holiday meals.
Very good.
Thank you for that, Danielle. Michelle
Yep.
says self-care, keep your batteries charged. Our babies need to feel safe and secure. So families need to understand you are being mama or papa bears. If you cannot show up, it is not personal. Exactly. Do what's
Very
best for
good.
your own family. Exactly. Thank you
Yeah,
for that.
very well said. Yep.
I want to thank everyone for showing up this evening, and we will return same time, same place next Sunday, 4 p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. I got to remember the times 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. What's the other times, Mr.
M-
Charles?
Um,
Mountain,
well, let's see. It'd be 8 p.m. Atlantic time. But you say Mountain Time. Mountain Time would be
Mountain would be
5 p.m.
5.
Okay, and we'll add those to the list.
Newfoundland time would be 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. But I want to remind everyone out there again, if you have something to promote, we are here every Sunday. You are more than welcome to join us and promote your product or your service. The door is open. I extend this invitation once again. So when you guys contact me and ask me how, I'm going to tell you the same thing. So,
Oh,
um,
3 p.m. Alaska time.
oh, Alaska has their own time too.
Yeah, 3
So does
p.m.
Hawaii.
Alaska. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Hawaii. It's 2 p.m. Um, Now it's 1 p.m. when we are on daylight savings, because they don't do daylight
Hmm.
savings there.
So part of
So,
the year they're 2 hours earlier than me. Other parts of the year they're 3 hours earlier than California.
Yeah.
oh, okay. You guys do, Linda, California does
Uh-huh.
daylight savings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Arizona does not though. So Arizona is effectively in Pacific time,
Hmm.
when daylight savings time is in effect, whereas effectively in Mountain time the rest of the year.
And
Okay.
Utah was like that too. Utah would sometimes be 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on the time of year from
Okay.
California.
Okay. All right. So thank you, you lovelies. And again, I'm just getting myself organized. We're still going to be looking for the extra moderators. I'm going to put that out sooner or later. Me and Linda got to talk and see when we can do some training. Um, but that's going to be put out and other things. I have to get these boxes together. I know you guys. Veronica is supposed to be sending the quote boards by the end of the month. Once I get those, I will be putting out the parent care boxes, doing some more. And Teresa, I have not forgotten about you. Um, so that's what I'm waiting on now. I had to get my head together, that mental thing, but we are back in the groove. Pam has something to say. Let your light shine. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Going to try to get my stress level down.
You
All
too,
right.
Facebook user. You have a
Make
great
sure
time.
you get that stress.
You, you
Thank
get your
you,
rest.
Pam.
Yeah.
And again, anybody interested in moderating, reach out and let us know.
Yeah, you're talking about moderating this, like the Sunday evening discussion.
The
Oh
group.
no, the group, the
The group,
Facebook
yeah,
group
yeah.
for the
And
Yeah,
post
I
Mr.
wouldn't
Charles.
have
pending.
time to do that. Then no.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's it. That's all, folks. Till next
Thanks,
time.
Danielle.
Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Um,
Thank you.
we'll see you guys later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Appreciate
All
See
y'all.
you
right. Bye
guys
bye,
later.
everyone.
Have a
Bye
great
bye.
week.